Alrighty. Well, we're in the middle of November now. Uh, that was loud. What was that? Was that me? Uh, in the middle of November, we're chilling. Some more videos came out, guys. I want to show you, get your feedback on some things. Before I do that, how are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
Cool?
Doing good.
Cool?
Yeah. How's your food, Rick? Looks pretty good. Is that popcorn?
Terrible.
Oh, okay.
Terrible.
Could respect that.
Watching videos.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. You got popcorn, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get into the first thing. I know we talked about this before, but think about how insecure men are for being competitive, apparently, and how that can be a red flag, apparently. So let's let this girl explain it.
There's one trick that I've used on every single first date, and every single time I'm able to tell in that first date whether that guy's insecure or not. Use my appearance. I literally just woke up. I literally just hopped about the bed, turned my swag on. The combination of insecure man and secure woman is very unsustainable, especially when that woman is not palm colored, especially when she's colored like me. You know what I mean? So if you're a secure woman and you're not trying to keep around a man once you figure out that he's insecure, use this one trick the first time you go on a date with him, and it'll tell you everything you need to know, or a lot of things. Do an activity with him on the date. Yes, right. It's incredibly simple, but the way that a man handles competition with a woman tells you so much about him. For example, I'm weirdly really good at axe throwing. I don't know what about axe throwing turns me into Wonder Woman, but I'm really good at it. And I discovered this on a first date with this guy that I no longer see anymore, thank God, because I was like, hey, this is an activity I've never done before. You've never done it before. Let's try it. He starts getting mad because he's losing to you. Red flag. If he starts making fun of you because you're losing, red flag. If he doesn't want to play anymore, or if he's getting really mean because he's losing, red flag. If he's asking you oh my God, you're so good at this game. How are you doing so well? Teach me how to be better. That's a sign of a secure man, or someone who at the very least isn't insecure. Look at how he handles competition, and that'll tell you a lot. Because if you're mad about a bowling game, what the hell is wrong with you?
Okay, so she kind of rambled there for a second, but
Yeah.
long story short, unless you're completely positive about getting your ass whooped, apparently, it's
Right.
you're insecure. Am I hearing that right? Does anybody hear anything differently?
No, not exactly.
Okay, go ahead and explain it to me. Explain this woman.
I get what she was saying, because I've talked to you guys about the narcissistic guy I dated. He was like that. He would get upset if I ever beat him at anything, and we could never do that activity again. But if it was something he was good at, he would definitely be bragging and trying to put me down and stuff. That's not how you treat somebody that you want to be with. So I get what she was saying.
I feel like I get it too. I mean, I don't know. To an extent, I think it's totally okay to be competitive and to have a little bit of banter. That's fine,
Yeah.
because I feel like that can be playful, and that can be kind of flirty. That's all right. But when you take it super serious, the way the girl is describing in the video, or how you said, Amanda, where you guys couldn't do that activity anymore, then I feel like at that point, you just have to learn how to shut it off and not take it so seriously when you're just trying to go out and have fun. Take it for what it is. Go out and have fun. It doesn't matter if you win or lose at this thing, because at the end of the day, you already got the girl's attention. You already won. So
Yeah.
what's this little game matter?
The thing that would suck is what if that's something that the girl really likes to do, and just because you're not good at it, you're shutting her down, but that's her favorite thing to do. That's something to think about.
Yeah, that you got to get in the lab. You got to grind.
Get the lab. Get it right. Get it right.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've been okay, trying to take it easy, especially with my girl. We compete a lot. She actually does like competing. I don't know why, because she loses almost 99% of the time. And then I be trying to go easy on her, but then if she do win, oh, you suck it. I'm like, oh, hell no. Now I gotta give you the thunder.
Yeah, but it depends on if it's playful, how Zach said.
Right.
If it's playful, it's fine.
Nah, mine's savage. I think you regret your decision. No, I mean,
yeah.
in a
Savage can
playful
be
way, right?
playful too, though.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair
Right.
enough. Rick, what do you think?
I think
You
you're
enjoying
wasting
that
my time with that
popcorn?
video.
I think I'm wasting my time. What you say?
Damn.
I think you're wasting my time with that video because the first thing
Oh,
she said in the very beginning was, if you're trying not to, like you're trying to push a guy away,
Hmm.
right.
this is what you should do. So in my head, I'm like, I mean, why are you going on a first date with the guy if you're trying to push him away?
That's
Yeah.
true. You're setting a negative
That was
Yeah,
expectation.
that's really true.
that was already a negative to me.
Hmm.
And I mean, if you already feel like he's too insecure for you, then don't waste his time and exploit his insecurity. Just drop him. Why do we have to go to that extent?
Yeah.
But as
Yeah, I'm not
far
gonna lie.
as
Go
the
ahead.
whole thing, though, I mean, I'm very competitive. I talk shit all the time,
Yeah.
but I also am not going to get butthurt if I'm losing to something. I mean, if my girl beats me at something, then I would hope that she talks shit right back to me as I would to her.
She does, because you suck.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh no, I was gonna say I've heard your girl like let you have it a few times.
right. And to me, again, like I think like Amanda said, it can be fun. It shouldn't be like, again, it's the premise behind it. Are you trying to be hurtful? Are you like, like, because even then it's like if you do something, you don't even need to go, if she's really not that good. I know guys are usually more competitive. It's like I can do enough just to beat you, and that's cool. Like I can still like I can let you win, like not winning, just getting free wins off me. But at the same time, it's like I don't have to destroy you. Like, and to me, it's like I guess you gotta. It's like, what is the point? Again, if you competing with somebody that's on your level, that's something different than
Right.
the goal of that. It should be to engage with each other as opposed to for the guys that are like super competitive. Like I'm sure even Rick understands when he's competing with his lady. Like it's just the goal is to have fun together, or to
Hmm.
just the experience together. But she ain't get no W's. As a matter of fact, we was playing Mario Kart last night, and out of like 6 or 7 races, she won one. And she went crazy, but then my dad was there, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Brittany won." Like, hold on, calm down, in the gallery. Like she got one. And we told my brother, "Oh, she beat David." It's like, hey, come on now, like just calm it down, like just calm it down. But
Hmm.
They're
um,
rooting for her because they know you always win.
that's probably right. That's like I gotta remember in my head. It still fucks me up a little bit. But,
Sounds pretty familiar with you. Whenever we play something and you actually do well
like
once.
Street Fighter.
So I mean, like
So I thought
Valorant, you play well once, and all of a sudden, doesn't let it go.
most
We can
people
play 10
who
games.
listen to this,
We can play 10 games. He plays good once. That's the one that counted. Everything
yeah,
else
that's right.
mattered.
That's right. Fair enough. I understand now.
Yep.
I understand now.
That's all right. You play a full season of basketball, you drop 50 in one game. That's the game people talk about. So you know what? It's
That's
all
all
good.
that matters. That's all that matters. But Rick, you're right. Her first point. If the guy's insecure already, why
Yeah.
you don't need to take him on a date to get rid of him. You can just, I don't want to talk
just
to you
get rid
anymore.
of him.
Bye. Like,
Well, I feel like maybe she was saying if you're already in the relationship and you realize he's insecure or something like that. That's how I took it.
she probably implied that, but it was Rick is saying she didn't say that. And that's a big, unfortunately, that's a big issue between guys and trying to understand. Like a lot of times, it's like things are said that weren't meant that way, or they were thinking of something else and they said something else, and then we heard it literally, and it's just like this is a miscommunication. So
Mhm.
yeah, if that was like okay, you like 2 or 3 dates in, and now it's like you're trying to get rid of them. I guess even then though, like trying to get rid of somebody is like, is this person like, are they stalking you or like they got you
Right.
locked up in the basement or something? What do you mean get rid of? Like,
Yeah, just
like
end it.
that's
Like,
yeah, like
all
I
right.
don't want to talk to you no more. Bye. It's out. Like unless
Yeah.
you're living together or something like there's a whole other scenario. But if it's
Mhm.
like y'all don't work together, y'all don't, you only see each other outside, just block and that's it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Okay. Let's do this next topic. I just thought of, or not thought of myself, but I just saw it online. Amanda, did you know that you have a superpower? over men?
Hmm.
what is
I
that?
feel like from previous stories in the podcast, it's pretty clear she got a superpower over men.
Oh yeah, that you absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I'm
I mean,
speaking
her
in
man right
general.
Her man
You're
right
absolutely right.
now downstairs making a whole lot of noise doing dishes. She got that man trained up right.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Hey,
Even now, watch this. No, I mean, in general, apparently women have a potential superpower over men, and influencing them into falling in love with them, basically.
okay.
That's my build up to this video. Let's go ahead and watch this. Watch this guy explain. I actually have two people. We'll watch this guy explain it, and right after that, we have this girl explain using this method, what it involves and things like that. Okay, so watch this.
As a woman, you have a superpower because a guy can fall in love with you without having to be full-on physically intimate, if you know what I mean. This is because men fall in love through vasopressin. What does this mean? We fall in love through spending time with you, getting to know you on a deeper level, rather than sleeping with you, and that's just a fact. Well, you guys will usually become attached after sleeping with the guy because oxytocin is released, and that's how you guys fall in love. So you have a superpower in the sense that you can make a guy wait. You can show that you're super self-respecting of your body and yourself, and he can still fall in love with you because we fall in love through spending time with you and commitment. You've probably heard it before, a guy telling you, I'm not gonna date you unless if I sleep with you. That's false. As a matter of fact, if you just keep spending time with him, it'll get to the point where he just falls in love with you. So don't ever feel pressured to sleep with a guy just because he says he can't love you without that. That's completely and utterly false. That's not how men fall in love. Men do not fall in love through sex. Women usually do, or they catch some type of feelings after physical intimacy. Men don't. Men fall in love by being protective, getting to know you on a deeper level, and spending time with you and commitment. Vasopressin, just remember that.
Okay.
All right.
Vasopressin, yes, that is apparently the chemical released in a man's brain when he is accomplishing a goal or competing, things like that. As opposed to oxytocin, like he said, when men and women know each other, intimately. It happens with women, apparently. The oxytocin for men, it's the vasopressin. Have you guys heard of this at all, or? Because I
I've
thought it
heard
was
of.
just, what?
I mean, I've heard of oxytocin, but I don't know about vasopressin. I
Yeah.
ain't no biologist. That ain't me.
I feel like this guy was talking out his butt. I disagree with a lot of what he said.
All right, let it fly. We got to hear this.
Well, first off, I don't think that women need to be physically intimate to fall in love. I feel like women more so are the ones that need to spend time with somebody and then they'll fall in love. I don't feel like that's guys. Do you guys think that's true about guys? In general?
Not automatically, no. Because if a dude is like, I'm just trying to smash, like, there's very little that girl could do to turn into, oh, I want to be with you now. Because it's like, for the most part, it's like, I guess that can possibly happen. But he made it sound like just the more time you spend with the guy, he'll just start loving you. No. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. That's not.
And
Probably
matter
more
of
often than not.
fact, I've heard that guys have these rules like, oh, you can't go past the third date without having sex and things like that. So, I mean, that kind of makes that out.
A wise man once told me you have to test drive the car before you purchase it.
See?
You.
Not gonna say who told me that, but
whoever that guy was, he was probably going through a transition period in his life. I know personally, let me see. There's no certain time frame. Let's say that. I don't think, to me, it's like, oh, by the third date, if I don't smash, then it's like I'm done with her. It's. I've always said, not always, but once I've kind of figured it out for myself, it's like, what am I actually looking for? If I'm actually looking to be with this girl, I settled that in my mind before we even get engaged in that thing. I mean, if I'm trying to be with a girl and she's DTF, okay, well, I mean, I'm gonna still go with that. but very few times has it been when I'm just trying to smash, and then that turns into, oh no, I want to stay with this girl. That is few and far between. Usually, I've already made my mind up going into the situation. I think that's how most, which I had to learn. Guys are the more so that like instantly, like, oh, I want to marry this girl, and literally will like, my dad met a girl. He got married a week after he dated her. A week after their first date, like that type of dudes are on that demon time, as they call it. Dudes are on that time where women are more so to take the time to actually learn and stuff like that. So it's like, a dude for the most part is like you can tell from the beginning usually. Now it's if he's just trying to sleep with you, or he could be possibly just love. I've heard dudes you can tell the girls I love you just to get into your pants, and then once that happens, it's like we're done. So, if I was telling the girl, I told the girl that. I told that girl that, and she still did it. So, gave her the game. She still just sold the team away. But, I don't think so at all. I don't know. I've never heard of it happening, so I can't say it even exists, honestly. If a tree falls and no one's there to hear it, doesn't make a sound.
Yeah, so I would say there's not like a difference between guys and girls on that part about needing to spend time with somebody to fall in love with them. I think that's just people. You can't really know somebody to love somebody if you don't spend time with them.
Yeah.
So that was my first thing I disagreed with.
That's true. Dudes should spend time. Should put time learning this girl instead of just, oh, she's hot. Let me get with her. Let me marry her. It should be what is she about? You know what I'm saying? What is in her mind? What is she likes to do type of thing. Like, younger in my life, it was more so just, oh, she looks good. Let me try to get with her. Now it's more so, do her values align with mine? What does she want out of life? What is she trying to do with her life? Is she trying to go to concerts every week? Because I ain't trying to do that. Why would I even entertain the idea? This is like, just make it better for both of us.
Well, I think when you're younger, you're looking for like that short-term satisfaction, that short-term happiness. But when you're older, you start to look at the long-term, bigger picture. So that's probably what shifted for you. Is like when you were younger, you're like, all right, like she kind of bad. Like I do want to get with this girl, and then you don't care as much about the personality behind the physical appearance. And then the older you get, you're like, all right, well, it's nice that she's bad, but also she's a good person, and that's what keeps you coming back. Yeah,
that's absolutely right. What I'm saying is that would be better. Not to say that I regret anything in my life now. I love my girlfriend, but I don't with her. But potentially, I think it's better. Would you agree that if we had that thought sooner rather than later, I think we could cut out a lot of the BS we deal with on both sides. Which unfortunately with age comes wisdom, but at the same time, it's like we're not listening to the ones who have the wisdom. So it's if we don't have the wisdom, if I'm looking what to do with the next 20 years of my life, I should be looking at people who are that age and seeing what they're doing and seeing how can I not make the same mistakes that they've made to better my life. Younger guys nowadays, younger girls are picking dudes and guys are picking girls off these things that don't matter. Really, honestly, as long as she ain't got to be the baddest chick, but even if she is the baddest chick in 20, 30 years, she ain't gonna be. So it's like, do you get rid of her now? Like, it's got to be something more than superficial to that to stay with that girl. It's not funny. Stop laughing. I'm serious. So on that note, another girl gives some advice to girls as far as keeping a man attracted to men based on this vasopressin idea. So I wanted to show you guys that video too.
If you want a man, respectfully, that is on you. But here's my pro tip, okay? Make his life better. Do not make his life easy. Be the enrichment exercise in his enclosure, okay? Give him a sense of accomplishment every time he sees you. Make him feel useful. Make his life better. Do not make it easy. Do not do his laundry. Do not do shit like that, okay? Why? Because men bond through vasopressin. Vasopressin is a hormone that is released in the brain only through complex problem solving. It is why they're like this with their besties and don't give a fuck about you, okay? Because they're solving problems with their boys and they're just laid up pillow talking with you. That is how women bond. Oxytocin is how women bond. That is why you get caught with the man you're sleeping with and he's like, yada yada, I don't give a shit. Like, why would he? Babe, you're not in his head.
I can't
Okay,
agree
so-
with her. Kinda.
Go- okay, what do you kind of agree?
I agree with the part about not making their life easy. I mean, to some degree, yeah, make their life easier, but I think you kind of have to train people, and train is probably not the best word, but people need
No,
to
it's
not.
Well,
So
David's
I've
been a
seen
dog.
where
not.
I've seen where guys, they kind of like, they want you to mother them, I guess. They want you to do everything for them, do their laundry for them, clean up after them, all that stuff. And I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. So in
Yeah.
that way, don't make their life easier.
Yeah, no, I actually hate that. I really hate when guys like, I don't know. To me, it feels like, I guess it feels too traditional in a sense. Like you kind of like you're trying to like establish like the things that she could do for you because like I don't know, you've got all these other things on your plate, and so like now all of a sudden you can't do your laundry or something. I'm like, I don't know.
Mhm.
That's like something that some people in my life have told me before. It's like, oh, why don't you have like your girl do like this, or this because she works from home? And I'm like, well, because if she wasn't there, I'd still be doing that stuff. So why should I
Exactly.
put that responsibility on her when like she didn't come into this relationship to do my laundry? She came into this relationship to be a mutual part of the relationship so we could benefit each
Yeah.
other. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't like it when dudes try to like I don't know, put certain expectations and responsibilities on their girl just because, you know, they think it'd be better if she did something like that.
I like the way you put that because, yeah, if you weren't with this person, you would still be doing all those same things for yourself.
Yeah, you have to.
But I mean, if you guys have some kind of agreement where sometimes she'll do the laundry for you because you're busy or you didn't get to it or something like that, that's fine. But not like an expectation for her to do all these things for you. Or if
Mhm.
she does the laundry for you, you do the dishes or something like that.
Yeah,
As long as it's a trade off.
yeah.
So, I was thinking, maybe I think that y'all both live. So to me, I took this as like advice to girls who are not living with their boyfriends because my house, our laundry goes in the same basket. I would be furious if she did her own laundry and didn't do mine when she put it in, because that's what I do. I don't. You see what I'm saying? Like, so
Right.
I'm taking it as that mindset. Like,
Sure.
it's like if you guys laundry are separate, if for some reason you guys do laundry separately, then yeah, expecting her to do it would be bad.
Mhm.
Asking her, could you do this for me? I think at that point, she accepts it or doesn't. I mean, I would think she'd want to accept it because she likes you, she cares about you, type of thing.
Mhm.
And then like I guess to me it's like when they say easy, I can kind of get that. There's some things I specifically just do myself. I don't want to feel like a burden. I think a lot of guys will take advantage of a girl if she's doing everything. In the same way as vice versa, people will take advantage of you if you're too nice.
Mhm.
And then there's one thing if you're doing his laundry, but he's always putting gas in your car or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that level of giving should be somewhat balanced or somewhat expected, honestly, on both ends. It shouldn't be just unbalanced. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, man. I feel like that's where women really do get upset is when they feel like they're giving more than what their partner is giving back to
Yeah,
them.
I definitely
Right?
agree with that.
Yeah.
That's a big issue.
I've been
Feeling like you're
listening with my
doing
heart.
everything and they're just like sitting on their butts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I guess like bottom line is like what David's trying to say too. What I was saying myself is just relationships should be symbiotic. Like should be where you come together and both of you benefit from the situation.
Yeah.
I like that. We
I
need each
agree.
other. We need
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah,
I
there we
need
go.
her. She
Yeah.
needs me. I need her. I'm not even ashamed to say that.
Because it
People
is.
are like so source of like, oh, I don't need you. I want you. No,
Yeah.
no. I need her. Now, I mean, I'm in
Yeah.
love with her. If I didn't have her, I'd be sad. Like, unless she cheated on me, then forget that hoe. But aside
Oh
from,
my God.
aside from that, I'm not, like I need her. Like, my life would be much more harder if she wasn't here. And I would like to think that I benefit her life the same way. Like,
Mhm.
so on the surface, just saying don't make his life easy. That to me is like, whoa, like I'm trying to make your life easier. So you don't have to do some
Mhm.
certain things. Like you don't have to worry about certain things because I'm gonna do it, or you can depend on me to do it, and vice versa. So it's like, but I get what she's saying. Not too easy. You don't want to just be doing everything for him, and
Yeah.
then
Right.
he just get comfortable taking advantage of you. And same thing for guys. You don't want to do everything for the buying or everything, whatever case may be, and she don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I get it. There was some kind of moral statement in there she made that yeah, okay, we cleaned it up. All
Yeah,
right.
because I think that could have had a lot of different meanings, but we for the most part got it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's go to this last video. Long story short, men shouldn't even be looking to have sex unless they get paid for everything. Basically, that's to sum up the video.
Oh, here we go.
Let the brother speak,
Oh,
and then we'll
man.
come back.
There's a dude saying this?
It's a dude. It's a dude. It's a dude.
Holy.
So
Oh, boy.
we're gonna
All right.
we gonna let him speak. Let him speak. Maybe he got some
Uh-huh.
truth. I don't know. Let's
Oh,
just
look
let
at
him
the
hear
house
it.
he's standing in front of. Of course he's going to say some shit like this, man.
All right.
Of course he is.
I ain't see no D, no paperwork.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know
okay.
Yes, but-
I
could be
already
walking
kind of get
around.
what he's saying. I just from
Okay.
the caption, I already kind of get it because I
Okay.
kind of sent you something like this on Instagram, David.
Right. Okay.
Man that's unable to provide for his woman should not be having sex. Brothers, you can't afford sex. If you're screaming 50-50, you have no right having sex. Because if you can't provide for your woman, you can't provide for your child. Now, some people say, why do you keep talking about this subject? Because y'all can't get it. Your woman's still struggling. You're stressed out because your woman's stressed out. Your woman's stressed out because you got her in an environment where it's 50-50 and she's tired. You have no right to be out here having sex with anybody. You don't have no right to even have the thought of sex in your mind if you can't provide for yourself. And that's the difference between a traditional man. Traditional men know they take care of their business before anything. 50-50 men go for pleasure. Step your game up. This is mental health. This is the most important health. Men have forgotten how to be men. And when men start to love themselves, everything else on this planet will start to grow. The women will elevate. When the women elevates, the children elevate, but the man must be the protectors and providers. We got to stand on something. If we want to stand on something, it got to be the truth. So you're going to be mad at me? First be mad.
Man, lots of
Okay.
unpack there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't exactly what I thought, but
Yeah. Oh, okay. I could be mad at him. What did you think it was, Amanda?
So I think we kind of touched on this before, but we didn't really get into it. Is like, say you go on a date with somebody and they want to split the bill.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Right,
what
right.
I was thinking. Because I feel like if you're going on dates with people and they are always wanting to split the bill, that feels like a friendship, right?
It feels
Yeah.
like, yeah, I think it kind of would feel like they're really guarded, and it's kind of like hard to get close to somebody when they're that guarded. It's like
Yeah.
someone has some like trauma they're just still working through, and it's like usually people tell that person you should probably work through that. To me, like, or it's like if they've really experienced some kind of like where somebody took them from the money, they'll be like that, and it's like that's can be weird and off-putting a lot, especially if you don't explain it.
Yeah.
So, um, so this whole every time I hear the traditional man and 50-50, like what the hell does this even mean? What do you mean traditional? Traditional men did what did and it's like what is that man, this traditional man, like the idea like the dude made all the money and the lady was a housewife, that must have
Yeah.
been no offense, but I didn't, my grandmother worked. I don't know where these, you know, the traditional families were. Miraculously, I'm not trying to blame anybody, but every time I see somebody talk about traditional, like, you know, household mom and all that stuff, people are white, no offense, but
Offense.
in
Offense.
my history, it was
Gotcha.
like my dad worked, my dad worked, my mother worked. Okay, my granddad worked, my grandmother worked. They both worked. My dad and his siblings, they got old enough, they took care of the house, stuff, most part like that. But it's like, who's making enough? What's your audience, bro? Who are you talking to? Because
Exactly.
80% of the people here, me, I don't know about y'all, know, you know, Zach and Rick probably make good money, but I don't know about Amanda. But
Not
me and
that
Britt,
good.
we over here, I guess you would call that 50-50, right? We both making money, we both paying bills. Like,
Mhm.
and then it's like, how much money? One guy, somebody broke it down. It was like, if I make 70K, let's just say I make 70K, and my girlfriend makes 70K, right? We wanted to get together, but she say like, I've got to pay the bills for the whole house. If I'm living at a 70K lifestyle myself, and she's living at a 70K lifestyle myself, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna pay for both of us the same lifestyle with 70K if she's not working no more. That ain't make no sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What
Well,
the?
I recently had a conversation with my friend about this because she's a stay-at-home mom and her husband pays for everything and you know so she can stay at home. They don't have very much money and they're always struggling and stuff. And so she was kind of telling me like, oh, maybe I should do that because then I'd be less stressed about things. Let my guy take care of me and I just stay at home and take care of the kids. But me personally, I wouldn't ever feel comfortable doing that because what if something happens and I'm just stuck, like not
Mhm.
having any source of income and I got to take care of the kids myself?
What do you mean just stuck, not having any source of income?
So if I did what she's doing, if I'm just like a stay-at-home mom and I let him pay for everything and then say he gets hit by a bus or something.
Jesus,
I'm just giving an example, all right?
Right.
knock
But
on wood.
but say something happened and he wasn't able to provide, then
Mhm.
I'm stuck with no money, having to take care of the kids and everything, and I have to refigure out my whole life.
You should get a
Yeah.
life insurance policy. Real tip. But I'm serious.
Facts.
Serious. This is just being responsible. Yeah, serious.
Yeah.
That is a good point. You know, and you should have a discussion. I mean, if you can go back to work, I would say definitely go back to work. The only issue might be like, I don't know your situation, but if you don't have anybody to take care of the baby, you have to pay for childcare. Like
Yeah.
that might be worth it. Like to take that hit and the money you can make to make sure the baby's okay. Because some of these childcare places, you know, it's not all of them, but you know, I don't want my child to be that 1 in 100 that gets violated or something like that, or you know,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
I get what you're saying. Right now, yeah, I don't have to worry about that. I have childcare taken care of where they don't have to go anywhere.
must be nice. Anyways, so there's that point. But it's like if you could make the money, what I've been seeing middle class people who make 100K a year, if they're married to somebody, that person also makes 100K a year. So it's like it's not like you just get to a point and you guys can still work. I don't, unless you have kids. To me, when I see this stay at home wife stuff, even the stay at home dad stuff, that is like no, not stay at home dad. Sorry, stay at home husband. That is weird.
Mm.
You got a grown man in the house just not working. Like he can't do something. To me, that's weird. So, but 50-50, like specifically, I think what you talk about going on the dates and then specifically dividing down the middle. I think that is an issue because it shouldn't be that like I put you know $200 in here. Now you have to do half. To me, it's like you're gonna break everything in half. If I wash half the dishes, I'm gonna leave you the other half to finish. Like that always irritates me when I hear girls say that. Like I did most of them. You did most of them,
Yeah. Yeah.
bruh. Like it always it triggers every time. It's like, you think I go outside and do like half the yard and be like, oh, I did my half. You can go out there and do the rest. Like, what?
Trash
Like, it
can
doesn't.
halfway down the driveway.
Yeah, exactly. I took it out halfway to the can. Yeah, there you go. You get the rest of the half, babe. Go ahead and do that. 50-50. Like, to me, that don't make no sense to me. Like, so if that's the way you talk about, I guess, in that line of like, with the paying 50-50 on a date type of thing. To me, it's like, you can take turns. Or to me, it's like, I don't mind spending. If I have the money, I'll give her the money. She has money, she'll give me money type of thing. I try not to ask her for money because I take up my own bills. I don't want to feel like a burden, right? But as far as like being this traditional man to pay for everything, that's almost non-existent. Inflation's going up. Interest rates is high.
I agree.
People can't buy no houses. This is ridiculous. Like, there's no way. Like, so that's just crazy. The one thing one point I will say, he said they shouldn't be having sex. I totally agree. Yeah. Who is that? The dog? The cat? Okay.
Oh no.
I think you should have a long thought about having sex if you don't have your financials in place and in line. Me personally, I'm like 100% against abortion. Just a whole other argument for another day. But you should definitely understanding the consequences of your actions. Should you get physically involved, sexually involved with somebody, they could definitely, especially the dude, you could definitely get that girl pregnant. And if she's with me and she believes in having a baby and not getting rid of it, then you're gonna be on the hook for 18 years.
Well, I think some guys feel like they have control over that. I know that narcissistic guy I dated thought he did.
That's crazy.
He said
thought his game was a little too strong.
Yeah. He basically thought I would get an abortion just because he said or anything if I got pregnant. Nah.
Yeah, law says no.
That's crazy.
He probably would have tried to disappear on me if we did get pregnant and I had a baby.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
So in that sense, I agree with this guy.
Right, and that one, yeah. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
Yeah.
When I was out here in these streets, I understood. There's a very good understanding that at one point, if I slip up and get some girl pregnant, well, I gotta step up and be a father because that's messed up. Like that's wrong. If she keeps, even then, I wouldn't. I'm expecting her to keep it. Let's say that. But you should have these thoughts on your mind, but the conversation around it is younger guys. It's just kind of how much tail they can get, or never focusing on I'm older now, so I have a better mindset. How much better would most of these men be if they understood that, oh, let me not mess with this girl because if she does get pregnant, I don't want to keep it, and she's probably going to want to keep it. And I don't want to deal with that. So let me just go ahead and cut all the whole, not hope for the best or type of thing. Take your chances. You're taking your chances. I mean, and you got to live with the consequences. You roll them dice and get.
That's why I always wrap it up, man.
I mean, yeah, that's a good idea. That's definitely good. I second
that certainly helps.
That. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But sometimes
I've never listened to any chick that was like, "Don't worry, I'm on birth control." Nope, I'm still wrapping it up.
Yeah, that's how you get trapped.
Exactly.
That's funny. So it's and it's again, I don't know why. And then in the comment section of this video, the women are eating it up. I don't know where they. It's like y'all seeing the same thing I do. Like where everyone sees, even these rich people, even the rich people. You see somebody who's like, very few people are just, not very few, but most of the people you see online. We was talking about Travis Kelce before, right? Travis Kelce, he with Taylor Swift now. She ain't broke. She's still working. Like, Beyonce got with Jay-Z. Like, they work. Like, what? Like, if you're looking at anybody with money, it's like, oh, okay, like, they still both making money. And they still, like, so it's not just some oh, you got to make enough, and then like enough is never really enough because again, that my whole 70K example, you got to make 150K at that point just to be like again just getting by. If you're just getting by at 70K, like it's just the math ain't math. The math ain't math.
I think it's a mindset and like a society thing. Like even if say like Jay-Z and Beyonce, I don't know how much each of them make, but say Beyonce made more, people would start complaining because Jay-Z is making less. Like, oh, your woman is running the whole house. Like,
Jay-Z's a 50-50 man. He shouldn't be hitting.
Exactly.
Like, I think people automatically expect the guy to make more than the woman and take care of her and stuff. But I mean, in these days, a lot of women try to be independent and take care of themselves and make sure they're taken care of if anything were to happen.
Yeah, and as they should. I feel like it's a good change for the better.
Yeah, I think so.
Today's Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Yes, today is Tuesday.
That was weird. I just thought my boss just texted me, "Hey, call me after this job." I'm not supposed to be working. I'm like,
you're about to really be a 50-50 man.
Right? Oh,
be like, oh,
I need you to cover it.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I was vicious. But all right. That's going to be it for us.
Whoa.
That was a little bit abrupt.
Wait, what?
You're back now.
Okay.
I don't know what
That's
happened.
weird. I said it stopped. All right. Technical difficulties over here. We learning, y'all. But bear with us. Interesting conversation though. Vasopressin and not sleeping, not having sex before you get your finances. I mean, which is just that statement on the surface is good. I don't think you should have sex to your finances because of potential consequences. But 50-50 men and crap. What was the other video? I'm getting old.
I forgot too. We had two about vasopressin. What was the first one?
It was dating insecure men. Yeah, the competing. There we go. Yeah, dating insecure men. So, dating insecure men, vasopressin. I'm gonna cut this part out. Vasopressin and
I think you can leave it.
So these 3 videos. What do you guys? 4 videos, but technically 3 concepts. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section. Please like and subscribe, and have a wonderful night. Peace.
Later.